What is up, guys? It's time for Megaman X, Rockman Max, also known. Yeah, I had the Neon Genesis Evangelion NXEDGE style, and I found a liking to that series. But for the rest of the series, it's all like Gundams, and I'm not really invested into Gundams. But when I saw this, I was like, hell yeah, I'm there, dude. And part of the fun is just building a tower, because they all have those sweet bases which you can combine. I want to have more NXEDGE style, so I can have like I can build like a cube, like a sphere with all these guys, and like. But for now, we're gonna have a look at Rockman X. As the rest of the box, poses, stuff, figure. So basically, if you're unfamiliar with the NXEDGE style, it is a chibi version of mechas. You have a lot of Gundams, and I had the Evas from Neon Genesis Evangelion. And now we have Megaman, and we also have a Zero, which of course review coming up. But first and foremost, having a look at the size of this little guy. He stands at 10 centimeters, 4 inches to the top of his head. The one thing you realize immediately, this is not just your regular old X. No, this is kind of like a more updated version with all the mechanics going on all throughout the armor. And there's a lot of different paint jobs in here. I'm not even sure. Like, you have the white panels, well, kind of grayish, really light bluish panels. And then you have some light blue over here in the legs, in the torso, and darker blue, of course, in the arm pads, the chest piece, and the boots, and of course the helmet. Speaking of which, there's a ton of detail going on. First of all, you have the nice see-through red gem with the X. I really like that, the X logo in there. You have some more red in his earbuds, and the very anime face, and a little bit of an unclean paint job over here. It is very small. I mean, once again, this is my finger. It is noticeable. Giving you another quick look at all the detail, like just in the blast over here. Look at that. Power up. Looks very cool. Probably have some effects for that. I don't know yet because I haven't looked at the effects. These guys usually have a bunch of stuff. So a little bit of paint problems over there. A little bit of slips in the paint here and there. That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. But for the rest of it, it looks very good. Like I'm saying, I really dig all that added detail, which they hadn't have to do. They didn't have, but they still did. So I will always appreciate that. And we got some more red under his boots. Having a look at the articulation, his head is either on a very, very tight ball joint, because it's not really moving around a lot. Doesn't really go side to side. Goes all the way around though. And the neck, I just saw it. It is connected via ball joint in there. But once again, you don't really have that much room. You still go side to side. Well, decent enough. A lot more than I expected, actually. You have kind of like a butterfly joint over here. You have this whole panel flipping forward. Of course, that doesn't look so great, but it gets a great range. So you can really have some cool gun poses. You can have him hold his gun and just shoot. That looks very cool, actually. I'm a big fan of that. So you have that, and you have another hinge over here. So you can bring your arm up all the way. And the entire shoulder pad, once again, is connected via pegs. So you can bring that up and down. It doesn't get in the way of your action poses. Very good. Then we got another big hinge in the elbow. And the blaster, of course, over here. And the hand over there, which is just... it's also on a peg, but doesn't have a lot of room to move around. Then the chest piece. I'm guessing it's just a hinge. I don't think there's any balls behind the mold, which I can't see. But yeah, goes back all the way. You have an ugly gap, goes forward a lot. Also, then the crotch piece, crotch area. Only have a swivel over here, no back and forth motion. The legs, and I'm losing my voice. Oh yeah, the legs have this weird thing. They look like they are on a hinge, but this is static. This is not moving around. So you just have the ball joint, and it kind of has this weird angle going forward. Instead of just a ball joint that sticks out, I don't know why it's connected like that, basically is what I'm trying to tell you. And then we can, oh there we go, snap. It's on there tightly also, you hear that snap. That's no joke, but yeah. Goes out to the side a lot, kicks forward, doesn't really kick back because of the butt. I mean, it still goes in an angle. Then we have the knees, another big hinge. And is there something else under there? No. I thought like the Gundams, I mean the Evas had some more tricky stuff going on over there. And for the foot, it's just on another ball joint. Once again, you have all this room over here, so you still get some decent motion out of it. A lot more than you would expect. There you go. There you have your articulation for your X. Boy, oh boy, it's accessory time. You have the pew-pews, the lemons. Is that like... You only have a triple shot. You cannot take this apart from what I can tell. I don't want to break it, but... see-through yellow plastic. I'm just gonna check real quick if there's any way to take this apart, check that live on camera. Also, there's the base and all the ways you can combine it, which is so cool. I love this. You can put it on the side, you can put it in an angle, you can put it on top. And, yeah, no, he does not. He only has these things. Not a single shot. You have the Mega Buster, charge it up. Looks very good, like, oh my god, look at the lightning over here. Once again, added detail, and very spiky. Don't put that in the hand of small children. Looks awesome. And then, as you just saw on the instructions, you have Ladasha. Doesn't have anything to connect it, which is kind of stupid. I really hope that it would have had a peg or something to put it on the base, but it doesn't, so... Well, I mean, if you're not using the base, you can still use this for the dash, but he can't really make this motion without having anything to hold him, right? Ha! Gotcha! And he has another open hand in there. He always has a blaster, by the way. He only has the run right hand over there. If you don't want the fist hand, you can still have the open hand, but you will always have the blaster. There's no way around that, unless you're giving him a gimp hand. Don't do that. Don't disrespect X. And also, here's the base with all these things. You have the base itself. Once again, you can connect it on the sides over here. Then you have the holes for the pylons. You have, what is it, 3 pylons. So you can stack these things up, make a tower. This is like my goal, make the biggest tower. Well, I would have to get all of them if I want the biggest tower. We have this over here. I guess that's an extra piece. Yep. Which you can connect onto this arm over here, which always goes in a weird direction. This one goes up and down, this one goes left and right, and the last one goes up and down again, so it's always like that. That's kind of dumb. I'm not a fan of that. You have another one of those. And you have this one, which doesn't rotate on its own. You have to take this, it's always like an 8-way thing. You take it out and you move it. And it's gonna bring me to the final thoughts. What do I think about this X? Megaman X, to get the full title. But one more thing to note, it's his armor effect, its blast, especially this one, is very heavy. So he still holds up, but I don't know. The joints, his arm just kind of moved around already. So I really felt the need, like putting his knee on it there and just to have the other hand to just kind of hold it up. But final thoughts, amazing. Amazing. And look at this. Look at this cool pose, which you can do, and there's a million more you can do. You can make him dash, you can make him jump. You have this nice base, and it just looks good. It just looks very cool. And except for the little paint slip over there in the helmet, I do not see a blemish on this figure. I love this figure. I think it looks amazing, and I do recommend this figure 100%. If you're looking for a good-looking Mega Man, even if it's like a chibi version or whatnot, you might be like, oh. But look at all the cool accessories you're getting. You're getting the blasters, you're getting the pea shooters, you're getting a dash, and you're having this amazing base, which just opens up so much more stuff you can do with the guy. Great mold, good paint job, great articulation, 10 out of 10, recommended. Go get him. Get yourself some Mega Man X. I just love saying that. Alright, that's gonna do it. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like, and maybe subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever. Mega Man X.